Hey everyone, I just want to announce really quickly we're going to be having a new series of videos coming out very soon, hopefully within the next week. What they'll be doing is breaking down the book of Matthew, which is a gospel in the New Testament, chapter by chapter. So the only thing you have to do if you want to participate in these videos is to read that chapter before you watch the video on that chapter. The videos are just going to be breaking down everything you've been reading and hopefully make more sense of the Bible as you finish through the Gospels and even begin your journey reading through the New Testament. So, whether this was a resource for you because you've read the Bible many times, or maybe this is your first time, I hope it's a blessing to you because really that's the point. It takes a lot of time to put these videos together and a lot of prayerful thinking. My hope is that it's very beginner and that I don't go too far, but hopefully another time through and we're all on the same page, we can go that much deeper. But as a body, I hope that this makes sense and we can take it step by step and work towards finishing the book of Matthew together and really grasping and understanding what's happening. So when Matthew wrote this letter, he wasn't writing it with chapter and verses in mind. In fact, chapters and verses weren't even implemented in the English Bible until like 1560. So that was a long time after the Gospel of Matthew was written. And the reason why I say that is because whenever we read through the Gospel of Matthew, I want us to be able to take the very first words of the very first chapter and carry them through to the end, the very last words of chapter 28. Because it's very important that we understand Matthew is telling us a story. Matthew is testifying to who Jesus Christ is. And we as Christians, we're called Christians because we are Christ-like. And what better way to become more Christ-like than to better know the Christ, right? Because otherwise, who are we following? So I think it's really, really important that we read our Bibles. You know that about me and how I say it over and over again, read your Bible, read your Bible, read your Bible. But I also say through the Gospels because the Gospels are foundational and they're really good for you. And it's not fair for me to tell you that and then not to kind of help you walk through that. So hopefully these videos help you understand what you're reading. And like I said, if you've read through this a million times, I hope it's still a blessing. But if this is one of your first times going through the Gospel or your very first time reading through Matthew, I hope that I can bless you and hope that I can encourage you and take you that much further in your reading. Now, Matthew is the first book of the New Testament because the Bible is broken into two testaments. You've got the Old Testament, which is Genesis through Malachi, and you have the New Testament, which is Matthew through Revelation. And so Matthew is that very first book, and we're going to start there. And hopefully, maybe, if the Lord allows us, go through the whole New Testament and maybe even start to dive into the Old Testament a little bit. But we'll see. Maybe I'm being a little ambitious. This is for Matthew. So let's get through that first. So I hope you're excited. I'm excited. I hope it blesses you. And yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys.